Okay, thank you very much for attending this lecture today. What we're going to talk about is some other very important tools in Photoshop. Briefly, I talked earlier about some of the most basic elementary tools. So this lecture is going to talk about some other tools that are very important and maybe a little repetitive. That'll reinforce some of the previous tools. Let's look at the glossary for a second. We're going to look at the Clone Stamp tool, which is a fantastic tool in the bottom left-hand corner here at the end of the red arrow. The Quick Selection tool, which I mentioned earlier. I'm going to show you how to use that. I want to show you the Zoom tool briefly, the Sharpen tool, and the History window, which is very interesting. Moving on, the Clone Stamp tool is really perfect for damaged negatives. You may have seen this picture earlier, and if you look at the top of this picture, you'll see a damage mark. This is very, very old negative. It's also excellent for getting rid of dust. If you have, before digital cameras, you had film. If you scanned any of your film into digital format, you'll have dust on some of your pictures, and it gets rid of glare, that kind of thing. I use it a lot. Basically, you select the Clone Stamp tool on the left. You Alt left click. This is obviously for a PC. You Alt left click on the area that you want to clone. Clone means copy. And then when you've done that, then you just simply left click and mouse over the area you want to clone to. And it basically drags this little dot from that spot over the entire area that you want to clone to. So you have to experiment it, but the trick is select the Clone Stamp tool, Alt left click on the area you want to clone, and then left click again without the Alt key and mouse over the area that you want to clone to. I like to zoom in. I often change the brush size so that you get a larger circle. All right, and then you left click and mouse over the area that you want to clone to. So basically here, there's this black mark on her face. Here's some skin tone that's exactly the right color, so I've just moved that on top of there. I've copied that from there to there using the Clone Stamp tool. So this is the before picture. Look, it's a real mess. This is the after picture. All the spots are removed, all the mildew is removed, and then I've done some other things to it, obviously. I've enhanced the image with the brightness and contrast tool, color balance, that kind of a thing. Moving on, the History window is very neat because it helps you keep track of the areas that you've been working in, and you can move back. If you've been playing with Photoshop and suddenly you're not happy with where you are, with the History window you can move back to previous versions of the same image. Okay, so it's simply up here in the Window command, and it opens up the History window on the right, and here you see a list of everything that you've done. Levels, I talked about that earlier. This is really the first place you should always start. It gives you more subtle control than brightness and contrast. Basically, go to Image, go to Adjustment, and then go to Levels. It's a great way to alter the shadows and the highlights of photographs. There are these three sliders that I mentioned earlier, and they control the highlights, the medium tones, and the shadows individually. This is unlike the brightness contrast tool, which does all three areas at the same time, sometimes creating sort of a mess. This is a picture of an Anasazi ruin from Mesa Verde, Colorado. So here's the before picture is on the left. It's very flat and plain in my opinion. I kind of enhance the romantic appeal, the mystery of it on the right here. The Quick Selection tool is very neat. It's in here in the upper left-hand corner, the red arrow. This is a tool you need to feather. Okay, I use feather to 50. But I wanted to select these very dark areas, this painting here in the background, the underside of her legs, her hair, and some of the paints over here. Just wanted to select that area, not the background of the picture. That's before. I like the picture like it is, but it's a little dark. That's after. Just lighter in places, gives you more areas to look at. Moving on, Smart Sharpen is very important. Sharpens in the Filter command up here, and allows you to actually fairly take some images that are a little soft and make them sharper. You can't do it too much because it turns them too grainy. But you've used the Smart Sharpen tool. Basically, you move the area of this image here. You kind of scroll this around until you can see a place of the image very clearly. Then you set the remove down here to lens blur, and then you can increase the radius here gently to see where you get the sharpest picture. Don't sharpen too much. So here's the before picture. I don't know why it seems to me just slightly out of focus. This is a Mayan ruin deep in the jungles of Chiapas, Palenque, Mexico. And then this is the after with a smart sharpen tool. You just see all the bricks more clearly. They kind of are snappy now, jump out at you. Here's an Anasazi Navajo National Monument. Then I did adjustments to it. Then tool is just sharper. Here's previous. Right. See, look at the bricks here. It's sharper now. Sharper. Jumps out at you more. Seems more when you use that tool. Variety of tools here. This is a very soft picture. The lighting is kind of odd. This is the same ruin as you saw Earth walked into it. And I think just doesn't have any romantic appeal to it. Doesn't feel at all, doesn't look at all like it felt when I was actually there. That's what I did there with a variety of tools. The quick selection tool, the levels tool, the smart sharpen tool. Thank you.